20th time. Dalriada were playing in the final for the very first time. And as Jim Neely reports, it was a special day for the man about to become the Ulster branch president.
It really has been a desperately nervous week for the incoming president of the Ulster branch of the Irish Rugby Football Union. Brian Turtle told me he hasn't slept a wink and he's more nervous about this game than he was in 1964 when he played on the Campbell College side that drew with Belfast Royal Academy. Now there's Alaric Turtle, the man who really has been the focused attention of Father Brian for quite some time, and a proud and very nervous father up in the stand. And the man I think that Campbell College will fear most, the man who scored 45 cup points this season for Dalriada, that's the outside half, Craig Nesbitt. The Campbell College pack is perhaps not the tallest in the world, but it's got a very strong front row and a great loose trio, spearheaded by the Ulster Schools representative Michael Higginson. The real strength seems to come behind the scrum with Ulster Schools halfbacks James Pollan and Andrew Park. Brian Gardner in the centre has represented Ulster at schools level, and leading the side from the number 15 position, the fullback Alaric Turtle. Dalriada may not have the finesse behind the scrum, but they've got a tremendous defensive side, a lot of pace in the wings, and Johnny McKeever and Bobby McKee. Craig Nesbitt and Michael Page are pretty useful halfbacks. A solid front row as well, a good line-out man in Andy Graham, and the side led by the outstanding Ulster Schools number 8, Tony McWhirter. The referee this afternoon, Mr. Alan Watson, who played for Methodist College in 2 winning Schools Cup final teams away back in 1974 and 1975. Alan Watson blows his whistle. It's the Campbell skipper Alaric Turtle who gets this, the 117th Ulster Schools Cup final underway. Campbell, remember, third most successful side of all time behind Methodist College and RBAI. The initial piece of possession won by the newcomers to the final, Dalriada, and straight away an infringement. And Campbell College have elected to kick off. In fact, they've been given the kick-off because Dalriada have obviously won the toss and have decided to play with what's a very, very strong wind. But early advantage to Campbell College, who haven't won this competition since 1980 when Richard Kennedy captained a very good side, which also included Gordon Hamilton. That's well won by Campbell. Good control at the back. That's Pollan. Needs a bit of help from his back row. James Pollan drives. They've got them there, but Dalriada and Andy Graham seem to have recovered that. And this is a very good ball for Dalriada to win near their own line. Alan Watson waits. Nesbitt puts it wide, and that's an early mistake and a sign of cup final nerves. Well, a bit of a mix-up between Craig Nesbitt and the man out on the far wing, Bobby McKee. Once again, the early advantage with Campbell College. You can see just how strong the wind is by the flags blowing. Nicely back. That's Park. That's a little miss with his Gardner taking on the burst for Campbell. Again, his back row there, not just as quickly as he may have wished. Campbell seemed to have got possession. That's Michael North, number 6, working the ball back. Once again, a lot of black shirts there. That's Pollan on the narrow side. That's Turtle. He's got a lot of pace. Oh, lovely run by Turtle. Great chance for Campbell. This is Ritchie, man outside him. Lovely transfer, early try for Campbell. Neil Graham over in the corner, and what a start by Campbell College. Well, it was this lovely change of direction by a very clever player, Alaric Turtle, and look at the transfer. Quite delightful. That's Scott Ritchie at outside centre, and delightful timing of the pass, and Neil Graham in the corner. Well, great vision by the captain, Alaric Turtle. Decided to run wide, and the pass straightened the whole thing up, and from then the try was really on, but it did require good transfer, and that's what it was, and spot on finishing. Well taken by Higginson. He's made good ground, he's crossed the advantage line. Pollan, Turtle, with Graham outside him. Great defence by McKnight. And well covered by Nesbitt, but he carried it into touch. 3 penalty goals by Craig Nesbitt, and the replay against Bangor got Dalriada to this final. Richard Ware for Campbell. They've cut the line to 2 men. Patrick Beggs and Johnny Finlay. Who's that to? It's to Andy Graham, who takes it well. Good tackling by Ritchie. It's Bobby Ware with a wee bit of room. Well, he's kept it in play very sensibly. Alaric Turtle will hope it'll go over the line. Now, has McKee got the pace? The answer is no. Great running by Turtle. Good support by James Pollen. The touch hasn't been found. Nesbitt with a drop goal. That's a huge effort. Oh, that's wonderful. That is quite a sensational effort. And no wonder the Dalriada flags are waved aloft. It was James Pollen's kick, didn't find touch. He really took his time. He got right underneath it. It hung, and the wind carried it over for 3 points. And Craig Nesbitt has closed the gap to 2 points. We've had almost 12 minutes gone. Jason McCacker, I didn't think that went 5 metres to Tony McWhirter, the Dalriada skipper. Great driving. Page, it's McWhirter again. Strong player that he is. Page, Nesbitt. That's nicely moved. That's McKnight. McKee outside him. Thunderous tackling in the middle of the field by Campbell. Paul Griffith goes back. Dalriada must release. Now, could there be something on here for Campbell? That's nicely moved. That's Graham. Well, he's going back in toward the support. Wonderfully taken from him by Johnny Lockheed. Pollen. Park. Gardner. Ritchie. Oh, lovely break by Scott Ritchie. Well, that's great by Ritchie. And foot in touch. And the outside half left the Dalriada defence trailing in his wake. The Campbell pack won the quick ball. And look at this transfer. Gardner, lovely swing of the hips, and look at Ritchie. He tucked the ball down and put the ears back, and away he went. He got right outside the defence. Nesbitt just got a fingertip to him, and it was a tremendous tackle by McKnight, got him into touch. That stretched arm of the touch judge, the dentist from Ballymoney, Bruce Holstock. There's the skipper, McWhirter. One-handed, well tidied in by Steve Montgomery. Jonathan Lockheed, the loose head prop, number 1, lending his 16 stones to it. Mark McClemens trying to work it back. And McWhirter again, number 8. Dalriada must do something with this, otherwise they'll lose the put into the scrummage. It's collapsed. And they've won it. Or was that a penalty? Play on, says the referee, McKeever. And no advantage coming to Dalriada from Campbell's offside at the ball situation, and a chance for Craig Nesbitt to give Dalriada a lead with about 10 minutes to go to the interval. Well, they've perhaps rested on their laurels a little bit after that early try, and they've been under fierce pressure, the gentlemen in black from Campbell College. The pressure on Campbell would be certainly increased should Craig Nesbitt be successful. Little chip that may drift in. Judged to a nicety by Craig Nesbitt, and with 26 minutes gone, Dalriada, for the very...
was famous. He was regarded as the
lead. Well, he really leaned back into that and looked for all the world it was going to drift. Dalriada will not be too displeased with the first half. Well tidied in by Lockheed, the loose head prop. Page, Nesbitt, this is great stuff. Fine tackle by Higginson. McWhirter provides the link. Don't know whether Craig Nesbitt meant to do that, but it's going to give the 22 dropout. Yeah, well, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Andrew Park. He's got underneath, that's a wee bit far. Well taken in by Colossus for Dalriada, McWhirter. Campbell creeping offside. Page, Nesbitt. It's McKeever who's come in from the wrong wing, couldn't hold. No advantage coming yet to Campbell. A knock forward, and the scrummage. Brian Gardner, the man who made the tackle. Quick strike, Pollen. That's Park. Gardner. Turtle's in the line. Got McElfatrick outside, and what a lovely run by Turtle. McElfatrick's released. Great defence by Bobby McKee. That's Gardner. Gardner's going to make it. Brian Gardner for the second Campbell try out of nothing at all. And Brian Gardner, the Ulster Schools player, illustrates the wonderful attacking potential of this Campbell backline. James Pollen, delightful dive pass. Now, a lovely piece of running wide by Ritchie, and Gardner to Turtle, the skipper, and he just glided past Dalriada men, and look at the timing of that pass. Splendid tackle, but Gardner in support, got inside his man, got inside another one, and from then on he was home and he was dry, and Campbell's second try. Great dive at the end. Into injury time now in the first half. It's well pulled in by Campbell College. And ball not straight into the line out, and Dalriada have yet another chance to turn round points ahead. Tony McWhirter has not been looking all that terribly happy, and one wonders, has he got the strength to do something from the back row? He's moved to an interesting position. A great Campbell shove. That's a great defensive scrum. Will dive for the line. That looks like a try for Dalriada. It is indeed. Rodney Gregg has burst right through from nowhere at all. And that's just the fillip that the County Antrim side needed. It happened very, very quickly indeed. A great Campbell surge, and they did it so well from the scrummage. A little pass there from McWhirter, the skipper, and Rodney Gregg right through in the corner. He's had the win behind him for the entire first half, of which almost 40 minutes have elapsed now. We're well into injury time. Dalriada, a point up, and 2 more points here would be a very useful cushion for Dalriada. Again, he's chipped underneath it, and again it's gone over. Now that was a very, very good conversion, and a very important conversion. Well, how well he struck it. Just watch the touch judges. They had a really good look. Bruce Holstock on the left, Victor Rutham on the right. Nicely positioned, the pair of them. No mistake whatsoever. Great kick. And Craig Nesbitt's conversion of that well-taken try by Rodney Gregg brings the first half here at Ravenhill to an end, which sees Dalriada leading Campbell College by 13 points to 10. Well, anxious moments concerning the Dalriada skipper, Tony McWhirter. He seems to have pulled something around his shoulder blades or upper back, and what a shame this would be should he have to go off, but I think they'll probably have to take him off tied to something before he'll decide to leave the field. Craig Nesbitt gets the second half underway. Campbell will let that go, and that's a rare error by Dalriada's top point scorer, and he won't be at all pleased with himself. I think he just blinks to say, sorry about that, chaps, and that gives the advantage to Campbell College. There's James Pollen, whose father Robert played in 3 successive cup finals for Belfast Royal Academy in the early 60s, and each one of those was drawn. As Pollen, Turtle the skipper. Here's a chap who can run. Oh, lovely run by Turtle. That's a great performance by the big fella. Can he go all the way? My goodness, this is amazing by Turtle. Here's a try for Park. Andrew Park puts it down, but 99% of that try was down to Alaric Turtle, and Father Brian will be absolutely ecstatic. Well, from the very first scrum, now, Turtle had to do this all on his own. Now, how's this? Jonathan Bell of Coleraine produced some lovely running last year, but Alaric Turtle has equalled that beyond any doubt. He just goes through a lovely long stride, and unselfishly, the final pass was delivered absolutely sweetly. Neil Graham with the conversion, makes no mistake, and Campbell back into the lead, and what a start to the second half by them. Well, Dalriada up against it once again, but they survived throughout the first half and came back to turn round ahead. That's Pollen. That's Higginson. Nice transfer. Lovely dummy. There must be one on here as Park. Oh, a knock forward. Now, was it deliberate? The referee says no. Campbell's still playing on. If they win this, McWhirter's stolen it for Dalriada. And the referee is saying, yes, that was a deliberate knock forward, and it's not a penalty, it's a free kick. Quickly taken. Gardner. This is Turtle. There's Turtle. Lovely transfer. Another Campbell try. Stephen McElpatrick, his 5th of the Schools Cup campaign. And Campbell now starting to stretch their legs. Great piece of thinking by Brian Gardner. A wee fumble there, perhaps. Now, here's Turtle again, the architect of everything that's been good about Campbell. And here's how to finish from close range. Yes, straight in, not a hand laid on him. McCachran. Graham impeded slightly, Pollen couldn't hold. And the referee judges that the ball was knocked forward by a Campbell hand. And Dalriada have it put in. Dalriada may well have to start running this ball, or else driving it close to the scrummage. That's against the head. Pollen, Park, Gardner has got Ritchie outside him. And maybe overdid it. That's Ritchie. Nicely released. This is Graham, is very quick. Back inside. Great support. There's another Campbell try. It's Ritchie for a second. In fact, it was Neil Graham. James Pollen's quick pass got it away. Here's Park. Nicely balanced running by Brian Gardner. He looked as if he'd overdone it a little bit. Now here's Ritchie. Nice sweeping pass. Graham checked and came back inside the defence. Sold a dummy. And there indeed it was Scott Ritchie over for Campbell. Well, I think I could be forgiven if I say I detect a slight tear in the eye of the great Dalriada skipper Tony McWhirter. He's obviously damaged ribs or something in his shoulder, and he's got to go off, and that really is very sad for the side who are appearing in this final for the very first time. That's Keith McKeeman, who's come on for the skipper, Tony McWhirter, as Craig Nesbitt makes a little bit of ground for Dalriada. Jason McCachran. It's untidy for Page. Well, he's done well, but he really has been gobbled up by a lot of men in black. Pollen, well taken by Andy Graham. Well, he's big and he's strong. Is he quick enough? He's certainly doing his best inside to the tight head prop, Gordon McCandless. And Dalriada certainly behind, but far from down and out. What a great thundering run by Big Andy Graham, who really has taken over in the pack from Tony McWhirter. He's now got to be the cornerstone. Pollen. He managed to let that go. And the referee has said it was knocked forward by a Dalriada hand, and Campbell get the scrummage. About 8 minutes remaining. Pollen, Park, Gardner, nice burst, that's Ritchie. There's Turtle, oh, he was away if he'd held that. Great support from the back row. Michael Higginson, the vice-captain. Good strike under pressure. Page. J.P. McKnight, taken by Higginson. They've lost the ball. It's well taken in by Dobbin for Campbell. Richard Weir trying to rip it back. Richard Beggs helping him. Pollen switches it well. There's Turtle. Oh, he's used that pace of his. Great pass. That's Ritchie. That's Graham. He needs a bit of help. He's got it. That's Higginson. The second row forwards are there. Campbell about half a metre out. Alan Watson watches and waits and looks. Pollen. Here they go again. Gardner. This is Turtle, the captain, and a captain's try. Well, he's been at the heart of everything that Campbell have done this afternoon, and if anybody deserved a try in this cup final, it's Alaric Turtle, the Campbell skipper. Well worked back by the forwards. And here's Turtle, delightfully balanced. Ritchie, tremendous support. That was Neil Graham. There's Higginson, like a good flank forward. Tremendous support by the pack. The second and back row forwards are there. It looked for all the world as if at this point they were going to go over and score the try, and they made it available at the vital moment. Park and Gardner's lovely little flip pass, and strong running by the skipper. Neil Graham then with the conversion. No mistake with that, and that really does put the seal on what has been a very impressive Campbell performance. 34 points to 13, and here's how that sixth try came. Look at Gardner's pass, and Turtle just straightened and had the strength to get over. Five minutes remaining then. And Campbell College all but home and dry. And Dalriada, I'm quite sure, will play to the final whistle. Paul Griffith, that's great running by him. Fine tackle by Michael Dobbin. J.P. McKnight. Pollen's clever kick doesn't find touch. He's found Jonathan McKeever. McElpatrick tackles him well. He'll have to release. Now did Campbell pile over that? They've stayed in their feet. Here's Pollen. That's a nice pass. This is Turtle. Oh, this is Turtle again. Is Turtle going to get a second? Well, Father Brad will be on his feet. And Alaric Turtle runs off a wonderful season for himself and for Campbell College. His second try and Campbell's seventh. And the cup goes back to East Belfast without a shadow of a doubt. Well, they moved it delightfully. James Pollen's lovely pass set the whole thing in motion. And look at Turtle. He had Gardner outside him. He had Ritchie outside him. A lovely shake of the hips and a stretch of those long legs of his. He's almost 6'3". And the big fella, the ball tucked under the arm, just glided over for a splendid score. So Neil Graham then with the conversion to take Campbell's tally to over 40 points. No mistake with that one. We've got 3 minutes to go, and it's Campbell College 41 and gallant Dalriada 13, and no wonder Neil Graham is smiling. Well, this really has been a great afternoon's entertainment for the second successive year. Can Craig Nesbitt inspire Dalriada to do something special in the last couple of minutes? Richard Weir. That's the last thing Dalriada wanted, to give the ball away. That's Andrew Park. Wonderfully taken by Gardner. That's Ritchie. Ritchie, is this going to be try number 8? He's away. Ritchie gets his second of the afternoon, and Campbell College absolutely rampant, and it's black magic without a doubt. Well, Dalriada didn't really need that ball to go forward. Clever thinking by the hooker Richard Weir, and look at that delightfully balanced run. Pass was given away well, and here's Gardner, who's one of the best distributors in the business, and Ritchie, little Scott Ritchie, got right outside JP McKnight and legged it for the line, and Campbell home and very, very safe. It was lovely running. Lovely running. JP McKnight, who's been a tower of strength for Dalriada all season, a despairing right hand stretched out, wasn't enough to stop Scott Ritchie. Just about a minute and a half or so remaining on the watch. There's a little bit of injury time, and Dalriada has asked Craig Nesbitt to put the ball where the forwards can get to it. That's a better one. Weir taps, well taken in by Michael Dobbin. Campbell looking for another try. Pollen disrupted, and the ball scraped back. But the referee has said that the knock forward was the first infringement by Campbell, and the ball will go in. Touch judge on the side, Victor Utram, has said that as far as he's concerned, normal playing time is up. Great work by Andy Graham, who hasn't spared himself all afternoon. No sign of it coming back. That's a rather untidy maul. Dalriada going forward. Depends who went into the maul with the ball. Now Watson has said that's enough and blows his whistle, and the Campbell College players are engulfed in a crowd wearing black blazers and carrying black and white scarves. A most emphatic victory for Campbell College. They were behind at half-time by 3 points. Dalriada lost 2 key players and back row men, Tony McWhirter and Luke McKay, but I don't think they would have made any difference, because in the second half, the Campbell College side ran in 6 tries. A splendid afternoon's entertainment, equally as good, if not better, than last year's final, which was won by Colwyn Inst. But no doubt about this year's winners, the wearers of black and white, Campbell College, and the final scoreline, Campbell College 46 and Dalriada in their very first final, and I hope we'll see them here again, 13.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the greatest pleasure to ask my wife to present to Alaric Turtle the Ulster Bank Cup.
Well, what a wonderful moment for any schoolboy, and nobody really deserves the honour of taking the oldest rugby trophy in Ireland more than Alaric Turtle. Mrs. Jim Stevenson, the wife of the president of the Ulster branch of the IRFU, hands it over, and for the 20th time this wonderful old trophy will go back to Campbell College. Jim Stevenson on one side, former Irish international, and the young man who's got his hands on the trophy, Alaric Turtle, and I wouldn't be surprised if that honour was to follow him in the not too distant future in what has been a splendid rugby career thus far. The Schools Cup safely in the dressing room. Without the cup, the skipper, Alaric Turtle. Alaric, a splendid second half, but you must have been a little bit worried, I suspect, at half-time being 3 points behind.
Yeah, so it was very hard playing into that stiff breeze and going straight out to try and run the ball against a fresh defence. It was was really quite hard, and it took us a whole half to break them down, and then whenever we did, and their legs started getting tired, it became easier for us, and we ran in some very good tries.
Our game plan had to be to contest the set pieces, and we thankfully did that the whole match. Them getting that very well worked score right on the blow of half time made one a little bit disconcerted. Maybe I was slightly harsh with my conversation at half time, but these boys are so used to that doesn't make any difference to them. To score right from the kick-off immediately after half time was an absolute godsend, you know, and I was extremely pleased. Then I was very relieved, but the boys settled down greatly, Jim, and that allowed us to flow much better then.
And a word for Dalriada, who did lose 2 key players in the second half.
Losing their captain, Tony, is bound to make an enormous difference to them. Their line-out variations obviously revolve around him. He's a very fine young man and obviously a very fine player. I would hate to have lost a player of that calibre, and I certainly do feel sorry for them that happened.
Final question, Alaric. Father Brian, who played here, 29 years ago, I'm sure he'll be fairly pleased with you today.
Yes, he's absolutely delighted. He kept reminding me about his performance when they drew, and hoping that I'd do one better, which we've done. And he's very pleased.
Hey, well done, well done.
Thank you.
Young Mr. Turtle had a very good day. Well done then to Campbell, and congratulations to both sides for serving up a very good game of open rugby. On we go to Gaelic football in the Bank of Ireland McCrory Cup final in Coal Island between St Pat's Maghera and St Coleman's of Newry. Two schools.
Seven.
Do you want to hear this or not?
Yeah, sorry, I was just distracted.
Me and Doreen. Just let Reg tag along, and then Doreen went. Without a word, she just cut and ran. Reg met Elsie, and suddenly it was me that was the odd one out. Do you see what I'm driving at? Or are you too young?
No, I get it. You were just into love triangles.
Uh-huh.
I had nothing to do with it, you know. Doreen appearing like that.
Well, I believe you, even if your pal doesn't.
Oh, he's hurting inside. He's always bloody hurting.
So time wasn't the healer it's cracked up to be.
I tell you, Elsie and me tried to fix him up on countless occasions. I think every spinster in Alby's been on a blind date with Bill. But it was no good, you know. He just wouldn't let go.
Sounds like you don't approve.
Well, that's no way to live your life, is it? Always looking backwards.
All right, that's you patched up. Rest it as much as you can for the next few days, and keep it raised when you can, okay?
I've got a bit of a scrape on my elbow and all, you know.
Okay, let's take a look then.
Oh, you're a good lad. You ought to be a doctor.
Francis, help! It's all right, Francis. Route for an ambulance, now! It's all right, Francis. The ambulance is on its way.
I've spoken to the community mental handicap team, put them in the picture. I'll bring some things in for her later on, clothes, favourite toys and that. And catalogues, she likes to leaf through catalogues. I don't think I've ever seen her so still. Be good, kiddo.
She can't just walk back into my life like she's been out for a sliced loaf now, can she?
Depends what she's come for.
I don't want to know.
Well, she has come a long way. I think you at least owe her a conversation.
I owe her nothing. If you're young yet, you've probably never suffered rejection.
I think you might be wrong there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but when I saw her again, it all come back. The anger I felt and the sorrow.
So talk to her. There must be things you want to ask her.
Oh, 1,000 things. I'm just not sure whether I'm strong enough to hear her answers anymore.
096 in attendance, Holby Sports Centre.
Get to the
Say where? Swimming pool?
Just an accident. We found an emergency call. What's the problem?
Yeah, she's in the squash court, so straight down the corridor.
Jet down.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Just give her a pair of mine, Chris. I'll sort it out when I get home.
Norma, why didn't you knock off early? I'll be able to hold the fort.
I was over 90 minutes late. Leave early. I've got no right.
Just a suggestion.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to make a fuss, but have you any idea how long I'll have to wait for my friends?
Oh, I think that young lady might be able to help.
Thank you. Bill?
I've been told I'm to talk to you on medical advice.
Francis, it's going to be okay. Deep breaths. Come on. Come on.
What happened, love?
She slipped. Her racket broke. She fell on it. I've been putting pressure on with this.
Good, very good.
For her throat, she's choking.
Okay, my love, let me have a look. Thank you. Okay, fine. Can you keep the pressure on for me just there?
Right,
Good.
what's her name?
Francis.
Francis, can you hear me? My name's Jane, and I'm a paramedic. Now, you're doing just fine. Now, we're going to give you some oxygen, help you breathe more easily. Okay? There we go. Good girl, Francis. Good girl. We'll get you to hospital just as soon as we can.
I wanted to try to put things right between us. After all, none of us is getting any younger.
Now that you've laid me to rest, you can get on your way. I seem to remember you were very good at that.
Bill, you were a very good friend to me. I haven't forgotten that. But I had no choice. I had to get away if my life was to mean anything.
Oh. You've always been the meaning of my life.
I wasn't. I'm not. You can't hold me responsible for that. I won't let you.
Well, what was his name then? The one you did want.
Oh, I didn't want a man. That was the whole point. In the 1950s, it wasn't possible for a woman to do things on her own. Holby expected its daughters to marry. Well, I wanted something different.
Well, I loved you because you were different. I'd have given you room to be whatever you liked.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. I could tell by that thick, dependable neck of yours. He was someone very straight, very true. Someone who would want to look after me. And I didn't want looking after.
My God. Amazing what they can train nurses to do these days, eh, Charlie?
That guy's got a serious attitude problem.
There's nothing could do with polishing, I do agree.
I don't mind him having a bit of fun with me, but his handling of some of the patients is wrong.
You'd make a very good doctor.
I don't doubt it.
Perhaps I should send Simon onto him.
Joke, Charlie. I desperately need to do a refresher course in doctor's wit. That was a good one.
Well, I'd better be on my way. I'll be here for another month, so if either of you would like to get in touch, that's where I'm staying.
We'll be delighted. Won't we, Bill? You might at least have said goodbye.
She never said it to me.
When Elsie was alive, we always tried to include you, you know.
I know you tried, and knowing you tried made me feel bad twice over.
Well, what were we supposed to do?
I never married.
I know that. I was there, remember? Every time you never did.
All right, gentlemen?
Oh, I think it's our taxi.
You did get her number, didn't you?
Not long now, Francis. Her breathing's going off Josh. Gonna have to intubate. That's bad, isn't it? So steady as you go.
Hello? Yes, okay, thanks, I'll hold.
I haven't had much of a chance to talk since the karaoke.
Are these the x-rays for rib injury?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know, guess what?
Max is in the Territorial Army.
How did you know?
Well, it pays to know your staff. Besides, she told me about a month ago.
Max in a uniform with a weapon. Isn't that a bit dangerous?
Yeah, I know. But then again, think of all the overtime we'll be getting.
If you'd just like to get out. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is Frances. She's just had a respiratory arrest. She's punctured her neck with some of a squash racket. Lost a lot of blood. Tried intubating, but there's an obstruction. And barely pulled outward. What's happening? What's happening to her?
Can you look after her friend, Elaine?
But what's going on?
Yeah, please, not right now, thank you. Come on, we'll have to make quite a bit of pace, yeah?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
now, just
yeah,
move it
yeah, for you.
Okay, right, we haven't got a lot of time on this one. All right. I'll bring this in. Thank you. All right, okay. All right. Now then. Easy. Watch out
All
around
right,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Right it down here. Over we go. Okay. Let's go. All right. Jane, I'll intubate. Thank you. Okay, Rob, put another line in, will you please?
Yeah,
and, do our bloods. Cross-match 8 units. Down here. There's an awful lot of blood down here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the this tube down. Nah. Okay, it'll have to be a cracothyroidotomy. Charlie, can you get me a set?
On the way.
And some gloves, please. Ash, will you crash bleep the anaesthetist? Right. You get on to the ENT surgeon, will you? Right. All right, Charlie, take over from me.
Can I have a recess reg and an ENT surgeon at A&E department immediately, please? Thank you.
Okay.
Here's your roster for next month, Jenny.
I'm sorry I was late this morning, Kate. I'll work over one night next week.
It doesn't matter now.
No, I want to make up the time.
No, it's fine. Look, if there's anything you need, come and see me. I'll arrange it.
Are you dissatisfied with my work?
Norma, you and I will never get anywhere if you insist on wearing this suit of armor wherever you go. Really. I just don't want you to feel you've got nowhere to turn. Okay?
What are obs like, Ash?
70 over 50. 104.
Oh, at the beginning, I think your bleeper was blown off. Oh, it's good to see you as well, Julie. What have you got for me? All right. Well, she seems to have torn her external jugular. Yeah. There's a large hematoma. Has to do a cracothyroidotomy.
Yeah, we need to get her to the theatre now. Get that thing out of her neck.
Yeah.
Not much point in you getting her breathing again otherwise.
I'll go and have a word with the girl she came in with, shall I?
No. Take over from me. I'll go and have a word with her, all right? All right.
How is she?
All right. Well, she's on her way to theatre. Now, the bleeding had obstructed the airway, so I had to perform a tracheostomy. Once the surgeons have controlled the bleeding, she should make a very good recovery. Well, obviously, she won't be playing squash for a while.
I tried to help her.
Yeah, from what the paramedics tell me, you did all the right things.
She nearly died.
Yeah, but from injuries sustained by a freak accident, not because you did anything wrong. Anyway, we'll let you know as soon as she's had her surgery. Okay.
Thanks. So go on then. When are you and Julian duetting again?
It's no joke, Duffy. It's getting a bit awkward.
Really? careful it doesn't become anything else. Hey, Sandra?
Don't know what you mean.
Right, I'm off early tonight. Time in lieu. I've got to be at the barracks for 6.
You'd better get going then.
Yeah, we don't want them starting the war without you.
Da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Mr. James.
Can I help you? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes.
Jenny, could you get this typed up for me?
Sure, no problem. I'll do it now.
Is that okay?
Okay, fine.
Rose. It is Rose, isn't it?
She nearly died, didn't she? Frances nearly died.
Well, yes. But she made it, didn't she? She pulled through. Come on, there's nothing to cry over.
Sorry. It's just that in the ambulance she was just getting weaker and weaker. And all I could do was watch. I don't know what I'd have done. She's always been the strong one, you see. And then there she was, helpless.
I know. Come on. I'll get you a drink. Find somewhere better to have a chat, okay?
Thanks.
So sometimes I just think I'm in the wrong job.
Oh, absolute nonsense. I think you're very suited to the work. The department will miss you terribly.
Thanks.
Sandra, could we have a word at some point?
What are we doing now?
Well, no, I meant in private.
Well, I'm on my break in 50 minutes.
Fine, great. My office?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Jane tells me you're a medic.
By the skin of my teeth. Second year preclinical.
No picnic, is it?
You don't have to humour me.
Well, look, you've already saved a life. That's one more than most medical students.
It's just basic first aid. But whatever comes through that door, you've got to know what you're doing. I try to imagine myself in that position, and I can't.
I've got to look as though I know what I'm doing. A lot of the time I'm so tired I'm on automatic, and the rest of the time I'm scared shitless.
Really?
Yes. Really. Terrified. You've seen those cartoons, right? Where the guy is walking off the edge of a cliff, only he doesn't realize it's the edge of a cliff until he looks down and then it's too late?
Yeah.
That's me. Walking off cliffs.
How do you cope?
Well, I don't look down.
Come in. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. You wanted to see me?
You don't make it sound so formal.
Well, you're the consultant.
Oh, come on, Sandra. You know this has got nothing to do with work. The thing is, I'm not very good at this sort of thing.
Oh, so it's happened before then?
God, no. I don't make it a practice to muddy personal and professional waters, you know.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
About the other night.
Ah, you noticed then. That my singing was flat. It's okay, Julian. You know, post-karaoke embarrassment's probably a recognised medical condition by now. If not, you could always call it Chapman syndrome.
Can you just stop being flippant for one moment? I don't find this at all easy, you know.
No, neither do I.
Look, I've got 2 failed marriages behind me. A relationship with me is not to be recommended.
Good. That's clear then.
Sandra.
I'm very attracted to you, all right?
Julian, that's not fair. You know I'm married.
I know. Sorry. Well, look, it's said now. I just need to know how you feel.
That's not fair either. And I think you know the answer already.
We can't stop the world from fighting, but love can start the world uniting. How about tonight at midnight we'll get married then? We'll get married then. We'll get married then. When Santa Claus shaves off his whiskers, we'll get married then. We'll get married then.
Recent winners of one of Europe's top music awards, Tommy and Colum Sands, sing songs old and new. You can see them in performance this Monday at 10:10.
All right, Santa, start shaving.
Now, delicate treatment to body and soul is required in Casualty.
Now, Jane, just give me 10 minutes, all right? And I promise you can have my undivided attention.
Well, if you'd rather leave it, I can come back.
No, I just need to...
I always thought paramedics were stitched into their uniforms for life.
Yeah.
There's no smiling in this department, Kate. I thought I'd warned you about that.
I've only managed to wangle the funding to build a triage office, haven't I?
You've what? I don't know what to say. Yes, I do. You're a genius.
It's great, isn't it? I feel like I've actually done something substantial for this department at last.
Yeah. This office, it wouldn't happen to be a tent, would it?
I was thinking a wigwam might be nice.
Yeah, it really is a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're telling me.
I wanted a dragon.
You know what I mean. Yeah, well, I think I'll get the doctor to take a quick look at you. Okay.
Okay. It's bet you think I'm a bit of a div, don't you?
I had a guy in here last week with a tattooed lip. And I thought he was a bit of a div.
Ruth! Ruth! But you believe in cutting it fine, don't you? Oh, it's getting very tight. We're interviewing them until 11. Oh, I've got the car running. Ruth, what's happened?
I don't think I can hack it today, Mark.
Right, OK. Oh, we'll sort something out. Well, what's happened?
Just take me to the station.
Yeah, of course I will. But what's happened?
We just get them down.
Yeah, sure.
Always isn't spelled with 2 L's, but cellulitis is.
You what?
Ah, no. Cellulitis is a local infection.
All right.
You allergic to penicillin?
I don't know. I have to ask my Auntie Pauline.
We'll clean the wound for you, and I'll prescribe you some antibiotics. Auntie Pauline permitting, of course.
You don't have to tell her, do you?
Well, she'll have to know sometime.
She'll go up the wall.
I'll have a word with her myself. Sound less shocking coming from a doctor, won't it?
Julian, could you just...
I won't be able to supervise on the 9th of the 10th. I'm at a conference, I'm afraid.
Well, maybe we can switch it around so that,
But look, Charlie and Duffy will be around. That'll be adequate, won't it?
The whole idea of this refresher program was that...
Yeah.
I'm with Jane, actually. Oh, right.
Julian, how are you?
There's a lady through there, Pauline Waters.
Are you sure I can't drive you there? There's no trouble.
I just want to be on my own. Get away from Holby, okay? Look, why don't you go and rescue the interview?
Well, we can postpone that. Anyway, I can surprise Keith. We can have a nice day in the garden.
I know I've let everyone down. I just can't face it. Not today.
Who's complaining? I'll tell you what, I'll go get us both a drink while you get your ticket, yeah? We'll have a nice cup of tea. Okay. I'll see you on the platform.
It's all right. Return to London, please. Save her.
Yeah. Be better next time if you get a stupid haircut or wear your cardigan back to front. Something like that, eh?
Okay. Ooh, it's cute.
Ah, he's quite a good doctor, too.
Married?
No, he's not. You're an operator, aren't you? Never forgotten. And the ink not even dry on your tattoo.
Cheer up. Might never happen. Always like this, train.
Would you mind going away, please?
Oh, I thought I was only trying to be friendly. I'd like to do with some cheering up.
Would you just keep away from me?
You okay? You should get that scene to you, man.
Get off of me! All right. Leave me alone!
Okay, mate. Oh, shit! Oh. Wait!
Go away, Mark!
What the hell's going on? Back there, it's bleeding. What's happened to you?
I can't tell you.
Well, that's fine. Is there somebody you can tell?
Wait. I'll be all right.
No, you won't. I'll wait.
I was attacked. Last night, I was attacked.
Do you want us to go to the police?
I need to go to hospital.
Okay, I'll get you there. You're safe with me. You know that, don't you? Come on.
Sorry I'm late, Charlie. It kept me longer than I thought.
Right. Hang on a minute, Ash. How'd you get on?
They say there's been a stay of execution. They've agreed to me making no payments for the next 6 months.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
At this rate, I'll be about 9 before I've paid off the mortgage on the front door. Anyway, better get changed.
See, it's still up for overtime, I take it.
I'll move into cubicle 4 if you like.
That won't be necessary, but thanks for the offer.
She'll ground me for a month, you know.
Listen, you both really care about each other. That's the main thing, okay?
Then when you buy him the trainers, they're the wrong mate.
Well, I was just the same.
I didn't know you were artistic, Ali. I was worried sick. I thought you might be pregnant or on drugs of some sort.
I'm not a total fickle, you know.
I know. You're just growing up.
Send for the loaves and fishes. It's time for another miracle.
Alison. Thank you, nurse. It didn't always easy for me to understand.
I'll buy you a phrase book.
Nice one, Nurse Nicole. Now, perhaps you can smooth the path for me and Julian.
You got problems?
Well, what's the point of me being in the department if Julian's going to treat me like something the cleaners left behind?
Well, he does have a lot on his plate.
It's got to be sexual, though, hasn't it? I mean, nobody behaves as badly as Julian does, unless their love life is in trouble.
How would I know?
I mean, who'd have it?
Excuse me, sir, you have to book in.
For fuck's sake! Stop the hunt! For fuck's sake! Stop the hunt! For fuck's sake! Stop the hunt! Stop the hunt!
Daddy let you out to play then, has he, Edward?
One step inside this gate and we'll be playing together in court. Come on,
Name the day!
I take it the job centre's closed then, Mr. Grenville.
Stop the slaughter! For fuck's sake! Stop the hunt! For fuck's sake!
Well, guess we'll play the cobwebs away, Edward. Been a good day for it.
How long have the great unwashed known your address, Uncle Gerald?
Oh, it's part of the point of the exercise. Learning to evade the demolition party. Oh, you never know. One day become part of the chase.
Come on. We're talking about life's rich tapestry next.
Oh, I'm sure some of them are fairly well-intentioned, even though they are misguided.
They're a bloody nuisance. I'm not even clear what it is they're trying to protect. Have you ever tried talking rationally to Miles Grenville? Can't even follow an argument, yet alone a hunt.
Well, today may tell.
It's a war, they've declared. Make no mistake.
Oh, come on. It hasn't gone as far as that. Come on. Let's join the others. Should be a good turnout.
We better keep up with them. It's okay, I'll drive.
Oh, here we go again. Waving placards is having its usual effect, isn't it?
No more heroics, Miles, please.
Well, why the hell should we let them get off this lightly?
For all your pacifist leanings, you like to play at soldiers, don't you?
You know me too well. Come on, we'll lose them.
I see. Well, thank you very much. You okay? Oh, sort of. I've been referred for a biopsy.
When for?
That's just it. I have to wait 6 weeks.
6 weeks? I'd have thought you'd have been a priority.
Oh, apparently not.
What's the point of early detection if you can't have early treatment?
It's okay, Sandra. It's all right.
No, Duffy, it's not all right.
You'll be on the next train to London.
Okay, mate.
I tried to tell him we thought he should come straight through.
All right.
If we wait any longer, I'm going to be in danger of losing these good looks. What do you think?
I'm sure they'll not fade.
Oh, I'm sorry about bleeding all over your clean floor, ladies.
We're used to it.
And it turned out that he was a Polish gentleman, and his English wasn't very good, and I've been shouting at him to sign in, and I feel awful.
Well, we should really have some second language signs up in the department, don't you think?
Well, that's a very good idea, but in Polish.
Ah, so, this is where your hideout, is it? I've been looking for you. My office? Half an hour? Good.
I could see the girl was having a hard time. I just thought I might be able to help, but look what you get for your trouble, eh?
Could you just keep your head still for a moment?
Sorry. Like this.
Yes, that's better. Now, this might sting a bit.
Well, at least you didn't get my good side.
You've been lucky. Could have done a lot more damage with a bunch of keys.
She should be reported.
First things first, James. Now, this looks as though it might need a stitch.
Right, well, let's keep her nil by mouth, all right? I'll wait for the blood results.
James, can I have a quick word?
Do you want to go somewhere a bit more private?
No, look, it's about Duffy.
Well, we can't really discuss nursing matters here, can we?
She has to have a biopsy.
I see.
The thing is, she has to wait 6 weeks. Well, I thought maybe you could...
What? Make the waiting list disappear?
She didn't give me some credit. A key member of your staff, Duffy, is working under great emotional stress. I just thought you might like to do something about it.
Thank you. Even so, I can't just snap my fingers and make things happen, you know, Sandra.
Julian, we're ready.
Right.
Can I help?
Can I help?
Are you all right?
I'm sorry I can't be any more specific, but she's been in a terrible state all morning, and she said she was assaulted last night. I guess it was a sexual attack.
Don't worry, she'll be seen immediately, okay?
Yeah, cheers.
Would you like to sit down?
It's okay, Norma. If you could page Dr. Mahone. Thanks. We'll go straight through. It's okay. Could you sign her in?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Her name's Ruth Shepherd.
The van's across close to this road. The Fox must be heading for this cover. Reg reckons we should drag them off the horses and beat the hell out of them.
Oh, that would do the cause a lot of good, wouldn't it?
He was joking, Joe.
One stupid incident could set the movement back years. Imagine what the tabloids would make of it.
It's direct action like this that gets the interest going. Not some gently approach. There they are! They're heading this way! I lost sight of Basil. There he is! Look, it's the Fox!
Where are you going?
What to do? Can't just stand here, can we? We've got to get between them. Come on! Come on! Come on!
Look, it's been a nightmare from start to finish. Yeah, well, first I was attacked on the platform, and now I'm at the hospital waiting for the police. It's going to be 5 o'clock at the earliest. Yeah. All right. Look, listen, I'm going to have to talk to you later. Yeah, okay, all right. Excuse me. Where is she then? Sorry? Yeah, the woman who did this, you were with her, yeah? Is she down here then?
You're the guy at the station. I'm sorry. How's the face?
Oh, never mind the face. I want to speak to your girlfriend. I think the police are going to want to speak to her too.
Hang on a minute. There's no point involving the police.
There's been no point involving the police. Do you have any idea how much
Calm
something like
down,
this
you don't
hurts
understand.
How much
You don't
it costs? She's
understand.
going to be on my
Excuse
coat.
me, what's the problem?
I'll tell you what
If
the
you
problem
just
is. His
calm down,
girlfriend
all right,
says
this is
to
not the
explain
place
things.
For it. Listen, I'll let you know as soon as we hear anything, if you wouldn't mind taking a seat for the moment.
I want to know why she did this to me.
I want a word with you in my
Where
office,
is she, eh?
Mr. Bennett.
Look, I'm entitled to an explanation
Our
about
other
this.
patients are entitled to a bit of peace and quiet. Wouldn't you agree? Just take a seat, please. We're just in here.
Yeah, well, sorry. The whole day's been completely wrecked. I've been cut to ribbons. I'm stuck in this dump. And wouldn't you feel like sounding off about it?
Yes, to the police, which is what you can do when they arrive.
Wednesday voting against.
And when did the attack happen? Last night. It's all right, Ruth. We're going to look after you. You'll be safe here. That's it. I'll pop these in your bag.
Oh, you seem to have cut yourself. You've got some nasty bruising round here.
I want a pregnancy test.
I'm going to need a pregnancy test.
All right. But that'll have to be in a couple of weeks. It's too early yet.
I'm afraid I can't do a vaginal examination if you're going to report this to the police. It destroys forensic evidence, you see. Look, I'll leave you to have a think about that. I'm sure Sister will take care of you.
Right. Are these the clothes you were wearing last night?
Yes. No.
Right. Well, shall we pop them off then? Okay.
Things like this, they don't happen to people like me, do they? I listen. I don't tell. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And I know right now it's the last thing you want to hear. But I think you ought to report this.
No. No, please. This is as far as it goes. He said if I went to the police, he'd come back and kill me.
He was bound to threaten you with something like that, Ruth.
No, he meant it, you see. I know he meant it. He's a man who keeps his word.
You know him, then?
You could say that. He was my husband for 2 years.
I see.
I let him into the flat. I gave him a drink. I just assumed. I thought he was going to kill me.
But you survived.
I survived by begging him, offering him anything he liked, as long as he didn't kill me. Oh, God, it's disgusting.
No, it isn't, Ruth. You had no choice. You did nothing wrong.
Duffy, I'm sorry. Charlie needs a word.
Okay, thanks, Max. I'm sorry about this. I'll be straight back. I promise.
Thanks, Max. We got a problem, Duffy. James Bennett, the guy with the cut face. He's just bumped into the bloke who brought your patient in. Looks like she's the one who attacked him.
I don't believe this.
He's speaking to the police right now. They're going to want to speak to her.
She's been raped, Charlie. I don't think she'll be in any fit state for quite some time.
I keep repeating myself, but nobody does anything about it.
Mr. Bennett, if you come down to the station tomorrow morning at about 10 o'clock...
So that's tomorrow written off as well, is it?
You can make a statement and we'll get the scene of crimes officer to take a photo of your injuries.
Good morning. I'm sorry, officer. You may have to wait some time before you can speak to Miss Shepherd. She's been through quite an ordeal recently.
Oh, she has.
She sustained injuries in the incident this morning.
I'm the one with the stitches.
I'm sorry, sir, but we have to protect the patient's confidentiality.
I'm sure you'll understand that's our first responsibility.
And you appreciate that I've been called in to investigate an alleged assault.
Are you going to interview her then, or what? I've made my complaint.
We'll speak to her as soon as we can, sir.
Ah, Kate. Come on through.
Thank you.
I imagine you've guessed what this is about.
Financing for the building work?
No, not quite. For weeks now, you've continued to approve the hiring of agency nurses to provide cover for A&E.
Yes.
Well, I think it's time we reached a little compromise.
That sounds reasonable.
I think the best way out of this for all concerned is for you to leave. Go to a different department. Well, we certainly can't remain in a position where the managers are at loggerheads. That sort of bad feeling just filters down into the department.
I see.
So, with that in mind, perhaps you ought to consider, well, widening your experience.
You're moving me sideways?
There's an opening in community, and I've had no hesitation whatsoever in recommending you.
I bet you didn't. Do you know, I've spent months winning the trust of this department, convincing the clinicians that opting out wasn't the beginning of the end. Now, do you think that was easy?
You have a lot to offer, Kate. And I'm sure community won't be slow to appreciate that.
There's a man unconscious over here. Miles Grenville.
Miles?
Hello, my love. Where's the pain?
Well, my shoulder,
Your
mostly.
shoulder?
How did this happen?
How do you think it happened? You rode straight into him. Horse kicked his head.
I think you better watch what you're saying.
What are you going to do? Turn the horses on us with witnesses present?
Everyone
Look,
just
I might... Cool it, please. Now, these people need our help, so let's get to it. Thank you.
All right. Sort of pain all over, really. Thank you. Worse in my shoulder, really.
Okay, well, we'll have a look at you and get you sorted, okay?
My uncle will be all right, won't he?
He'll be fine, he'll be fine.
You bloody Yankee! You don't know the first thing about the country!
All right. I bought you a cup of tea.
Thanks. Feels as though all this is happening to someone else. Like I'm just a spectator.
Yeah. Well, that's only natural after what you've been through. Can I?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
When he'd gone, I watched myself do all the wrong things. Had a shower, washed my sheets. I knew, but I couldn't take control anymore.
These feelings will fade. I promise you.
And then this morning at the station, I hit this bloke. He was just trying to chat me up. It was like I snapped and I couldn't stop myself. Do you know about this already?
Yeah, he came in. He needed a couple of stitches. Oh, he's all right. He's okay.
Oh, my God. He could report me to the police, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could.
And that's what he's done, isn't it? Is that what you were called out about?
Well, the police would like to talk to you when you're ready. They have to, you see, when a complaint's been made.
So what happens now?
You take your time is what happens, Ruth. Nobody's going to talk to you until you're ready.
I don't think I'll ever be ready. Something's happened to me. And I can't make room for it. There's nowhere for it to go. Up here.
You don't have to hang on to it. You should let it go.
He hurt me. And he's still hurting me. Go away.
Yes, it will. Believe me, it will.
Miles? Miles? Can you hear me, Miles? I think you better step on it, Josh.
How's the boy? Not responding, is he?
Mr. Summers, you'll aggravate your injuries.
So still. It's serious, isn't it? It's terrible. Just didn't see him.
Sorry, I'll speak to you again later, okay?
Look, I really think we should talk. Is there any need for all this?
Oh, I think there is, yeah. She goes around ramming keys in people's faces. What does she expect?
You wanted to help her, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It looked like she needed it. It looked like she was having a rough time.
You're right. She's been through more than enough. I'm sorry, I can't say any more than that.
I knew there was something wrong with her. Well, that was why I went and spoke to her in the first place.
Yeah, but she didn't want you to.
Yeah, but she didn't have to do this, did she? She could have just said go away.
Didn't she?
Look, I've said I'm going to go down and make a statement tomorrow, so it's all official now.
When you saw her at the station, your instinct was to go and help her, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've said, haven't I?
Well, what would really help her right now is if you didn't proceed with the charges. Just think about it, eh?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks. About 2 minutes?
Can I speak to you, Charlie?
It'll have to be quick, Kate. Got an emergency coming in.
Okay, I've been sacked.
What?
Technically, it's a sideways move, but Simon has booted me out of A&E.
You're part of our department.
Not anymore. Simon's going to manage the unit himself.
Charlie, they're here.
Right. I'll talk to you later, Kate, okay?
Okay.
Okay, don't worry, you'll be okay.
You're gonna
You'll be all
make
right.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, this is it. Quick, come on. Let's go, let's go.
It's Miles Grenville. Hit in the head by a horse. Unconscious throughout with no improvement. Right, we better get a move on. Stay there.
Oh my
Stay
God.
there, stay there.
Hey, try and get you a bit more comfortable, all right? You're rather useless, I'm afraid. Well, don't worry about that now. Sandra, can you tell Mr. Sanders?
Lift.
Nicely. Let's keep his head immobilized. In the airway?
Oh, dear. Right, this is a big mess. I'm going to put another line in, all right?
We need to turn him. Can I have some bodies here, please? 1, 2, 3, turn. I'm going to tube him. We need scoline and propofol. Do you know how to do cricode pressure?
Yeah, sure.
This isn't looking too good. I'm going to phone the neurosurgeon, book a CT scan.
My friend. He was in the ambulance that just came here.
What's his name?
Well, I hope you're pleased with yourself, young lady. Is this what you hoped for? Knocked an old man off his horse? Makes you feel good, does it? You and your lunatic friends.
There was more than one person injured, you know.
You please keep your voices down.
His name. Can you tell me who you want to book
And
in?
whose fault is that? One of them shouldn't have been there in the first place. What in hell's name gives him the right to cause danger, damage, and mayhem like that?
Miles was trying to prevent loss of life.
He was on one big ego trip, more like.
You have no idea. You weren't there. You were
I was
miles
close
away.
enough to see that you were trespassing on private property,
You
and for
don't
that, my
know
girl,
what
you are
know
going to
that
be
horse
very
Calm
miserable.
down, the pair of you. You can't conduct your arguments in here. Any more of this, I'll have to ask you both to leave. Thank you.
His name is Summers. Gerald Anthony Summers.
Norma, could you take this young lady somewhere a bit quieter, please?
Would you like to come along here?
Hi. Yeah. Can I give you a message?
Go on.
Yeah, could you just tell that woman I won't pursue the matter. I'll go and tell the copper now.
Right. I'll make sure she finds out.
I just thought it might help her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which hunt do you ride with?
A Brandtree. You're a hunting man?
No. My father used to be keen. I did the odd bit of drag hunting now and then as a kid. Rode point to points.
Not the same thing.
No, I suppose not.
We'll get you straight up to X-ray. I'll see you as soon as we've got the snaps developed, all right?
Yeah.
Sandra, keep a close eye on him. He's pretty shaken up.
Oh, yeah, not half as shaken up as the fox.
You've never been hunting then, Max? You do surprise me.
Yeah, we used to go hunting every weekend in Kirby and have a quick game of croquet on the lawn after that, darling.
Yeah, all right.
I've got some good news for you. That bloke at the station, he doesn't want to press charges.
What made him change his mind?
I don't know. Let's just be glad that he did. Oh, and Mark says that you're to ring him when you're through, and he'll come and pick you up.
He's a good man, Mark. Well, that's not a contradiction in terms.
Is he your boyfriend?
No. He's got a boyfriend of his own.
Oh, I see.
You really think I should report this, don't you?
Look, I know it isn't easy. It's just, I think if you don't, it might make it harder for you to get over this in the future.
Well, if I do go to the police, do you think... Well, could you come with me when I go down there?
Well, normally we'd get a WPC to come here. Would it make a difference? Well, it will have to be at the end of my shift then.
What am I going to say? What am I going to tell them?
Just take it bit by bit. It'll be fine, don't worry.
But he's my ex-husband. Who's going to believe me?
I believed you, didn't I?
I feel like he's poisoned me. I don't think I'll ever feel clean again.
Yes, you will. You will.
Tim, the legal implications are massive. The medics are seeing him now. Oh, good. There's not much I can do
You're
at this
right.
stage.
Yes, thanks.
Well, I'll see him. Try and get in later.
You sure you don't want a cup of tea?
No, really.
But I could lend you the money.
I never wanted to go, you know. Just used to tremble from beginning to end.
Well, I think you're extremely brave. And it's just good to know that there are people like you.
Miles just used to shrug off the name-calling, the threats. He almost thrived on it. How long will it be before we hear something?
Oh, as soon as he knows anything, I'm sure Mr. Chapman will come and find you. Hey.
Thanks.
You look as though you've driven this thing before.
About 20 times a day.
I tried to get out of his way, I really did. It's okay. I saw him too late.
Why is everything taking so long? Look at the state of the man. He's as white as a sheet.
I am aware of that. We have to have x-rays before any treatment can take place.
I've been on to one of the partners. He seems to think that we've got a pretty strong case for civil action against them this time. Trespass, you see, Gerald?
No, I don't think that's appropriate. Not under the circumstances.
The circumstances are that you've suffered severe injuries. Leave the legal side to me.
I don't wish to be vindictive. I think we should put the whole unfortunate event behind us.
Oh, for God's sake, would you stop trying to be Sir Galahad?
Would you go down in reception, please? It's very important that Mr. Summers doesn't get agitated. He's had a very nasty shock.
I'll see you later, Gerald.
I'm very sorry about that. They're all rather upset.
Holby City Hospital A&E department, as soon as possible. That's nothing to worry about. That's all right. Thanks.
Hello, Charlie. I take it you've heard that Kate's on the move. It's sudden, I know, but I always think it's best to act on a decision. Well, you'd understand that, being a medical man.
Yes, and being a medical man, I also understand that in Kate we had a manager who was sympathetic to and clued up about our clinical needs.
I just thought it best that I took the helm for a while.
Well, I hope you prove as responsive as Kate.
I'm sure I will. Oh, and I've decided that the agency nurses should go. End of the week.
Hang on a minute, Simon. I thought I was supposed to be part of this management team. You've just removed my line manager and sacked my nursing staff without so much as a word.
I don't think agency nurses are the answer in the long term, Charlie. So perhaps you could tell that to the rest of the staff.
Come in.
Charlie.
Yes.
Any problems, Charlie? Please don't hesitate.
Right. Was he talking on arrival?
No, that one got him. We've been supporting his breathing.
Well, I don't like the look or the feel of that. Scanner warmed up, eh?
Ready when we are.
All right, let's take him straight to CT then. Okay, I'll come up and have a look.
Jane, can you Charlie, please, to make sure the family have been contacted?
Yeah, sure.
So bloody pointless.
I don't think he'd see it that way.
Oh, come on, he was pulling some stunt on behalf of a fox. You don't really think he thought his bravado would end up like this, do you?
Julian, Charlie had already contacted the mother. It seems that the parents are separated, so it's a bit of a problem.
Right, I'll have a word with him. Can you go and see the girl, please, Jane, and stay with her until I'm there, right?
Yeah.
Well, the humerus is broken, and there are 3 fractured ribs. You'll need a collar and cuff sling, and I'll write him up some analgesia.
Okay.
Hello again. We're going to start patching you up now, though I'm afraid it will be some time before you're back in the saddle. Oh, I've made you an appointment for the trauma clinic tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.
Okay. You're all right. Tough as old boots you are.
I'd say I feel exactly like that at the moment.
Well, once we get your sling on, that should make you feel a bit more comfortable.
You're very kind. I lost my horse, you know. He was a big-hearted fella. I'd have him put down.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a shame. Right. Okay.
I don't do this for the killing, you know.
I'm afraid you just have to wait for the fractured ribs to heal themselves.
It's riding. The countryside. A chase. Do you have sympathies one way or the other?
Well, let's just say I came into nursing because I feel it's right to alleviate suffering.
The consultant, Mr. Chapman, will be along in a minute. When can I see Miles? Do you know what's happening? Well, that's what Mr. Chapman's coming to talk to you about. He could never stand not being at the centre of things, you see. He wouldn't listen to anybody. I'll be able to talk to Miles soon, will I?
The money never goes on nurses. It all gets thrown away on pen pushers.
Like receptionists, for instance?
Kate. I heard what happened. That's well out of order.
Thanks, Ash. Yeah, it happens all the time.
I feel we should have seen this coming and made a bigger deal of it.
I think the days of solidarity are over, don't you? People are just too busy watching their own backs.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Where have they moved you to?
Community. The elephant's graveyard.
Sorry you got caught in the crossfire, Kate.
What an epitaph.
He died on the way to surgery. Our attempts to resuscitate him failed.
No! You have to be wrong.
We performed a brain scan, and it revealed a massive amount of hemorrhaging. There really was nothing that could be done.
But he wanted to live, so he'll live, won't he? I mean, some people pull through, even when they've been given up on. It happens all the time.
I'm afraid it doesn't. Very sorry.
Can I see him? I want to see him.
Yes, of course.
Sandra, I just got a call from the hospital. They've brought my appointment forward. They're seeing me next week.
That's great.
Yeah, now all I have to worry about is the result.
Do you want to come back and have a chat after work? Instant coffee and a mauling from Laura.
I'd love to, but I'm already committed.
What it is to be wanted. What it is to be wanted.
He was full of ideas. Arguments. Plans. Wanting to debate every point. Think things through.
Look, I know this may not mean much now, but he would have become unconscious from the outset. He would not have known any distress.
He never seemed like flesh and blood till now. We were friends, you know, not lovers. Sometimes it's better that way, isn't it?
I understand he meant a great deal to you. That's what matters. The label isn't important.
No, I don't suppose it is. He was very keen, if anything like this happened, that he carried a donor card, you know.
I'm afraid his heart had stopped beating. He would not be suitable as an organ donor.
I see. I didn't realise. It's just a waste then, isn't it? A horrible waste.
Hi. Are you feeling any brighter?
Ooh.
This is your appointment card for the trauma clinic for tomorrow.
Oh.
Shall I put it in here?
Yes, thank you.
Now, the main thing is that you get lots of rest.
Is there anybody who can take care of you?
All right, you old duffer. How's it going?
What's the news? How is he, Miles Grenville?
I'm afraid he died of his head injuries.
Oh, poor boy. Poor boy. Thank you, Doctor. There'll be an inquest, of course. Perhaps a civil action. We've got a good case.
I don't want to be bothered with any of that.
Of course, we don't have to talk about it now, Gerald. You've had a terrible shock. We've no alternative but to press our case very firmly on this. The press will crucify us otherwise.
I don't think I care what happens, Edward. Does any of it matter?
There's a principle at stake.
Oh, yes. We all have our principles.
Thanks.
Last minute rush. I swear they look at their watches and then have an accident.
You know it's going to get a lot busier from now on. The agency cover's going.
Since when?
Since Golden Boy said so.
We'll be wrapping the patients in balance sheets before long.
Jennifer...
You know, you really do sterling work out here on the old front line. So, if you have any problems, any help I can give you, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask, all right?
Well, you can stop talking to me as though I was 5 years old.
I wasn't aware that I was.
Buttering me up because you've given Kate the push.
Let's sort this out. Nora, Kate left by mutual consent. And any changes in management structure, I'm afraid, have got absolutely nothing to do with you.
Kate was very decent to me. She always had time for everybody.
Quite. And if you have any grievances you wish to air, just you make an appointment to see me. All right?
See you home.
Stop a minute. I'm sorry. We all are. I really did try to miss him, you know. You saw for yourself. I just didn't see him till the last minute.
I don't understand.
What?
I don't understand how you think you've got anything to say to me.
I thought if we talked.
How can we talk, Mr. Summers? We don't even speak the same language.
Did you know the agency nurses have been laid off next week?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you tell me?
I just didn't get the chance, Ash.
Did you tell Simon that they're needed?
What do you think?
What are we going to do?
Well, the agency nurses will go, the service will deteriorate, and then they'll have to do something about the regular nursing establishment.
What about safety?
Exactly. You used to hang him on the wall, did you, Max?
And if he deserved it. Actually, Rob, maybe, you should get some tattoos that might improve your looks. You never know.
Now, you listen to me, Maxine Price. Nature gave me a
Hey.
I'm feeling my age.
I'm feeling your age, too.
It's in the nature of the animal. Just wish it was open season on them once.
I was a kid. It's just Julian, listen, I just wanted to say thank you very much for helping out with Duffy's appointment this afternoon.
No problem. You're right. It's no use to me if my nursing staff are preoccupied.
Right. Thanks again.
In that great heat, buy me a drink.
Well, you know, I would love to, but I have to pick Laura up.
Give you a lift.
Okay, then. Thanks.
I don't want to cause any problems at home, Sandra. That's the last thing I want to do.
Stop apologizing. Doesn't suit you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you're usually such an arrogant sod.
I see. I had no idea.
And you can cut the wounded soldier routine. You know, arrogant sordness suits you.
You got me all worked out, haven't you?
Have I?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have.
The underground is under pressure.
Bath him, shave him, and take him to my bunker.
The Allies are under the weather.
Get a bit of a hungover. I hit the Bitterlebot last night.
And everyone's undercover.
This one was here in 1917.
A new series of Allo Allo, Monday at 8 on 1.
I'm not looking forward to this first performance. It is basically too nerve-wracking to enjoy.
Sean Davey, one of Ireland's most innovative composers, has spent the last year writing and rehearsing a major new concerto for 2 harps. The pleasures and pains of his year-long musical journey are followed in The Year of the Harp, this Monday at 10:45 on BBC One, Northern Ireland. A breakdown in communications has serious repercussions now on BBC One in Casualty.
Leah? Leah, I asked you to do my neck.
It's all right, Sam. I can do it in here.
Right. I'll get the stool. Now remember, not too close. I like it full.
I know you've been saying that once a week for the past 49 years.
So, it helps you remember. It doesn't seem like 10 years ago, does it?
And I was just thinking about how we sat with him the night he died.
Leah, please.
Want a cup of coffee before you go?
I haven't got time.
You've got a good half hour.
I thought you'd be ready by now.
I'm not so good in the mornings.
What did the doctor say?
To phone the surgery if it gets worse.
It's worse. You should.
It's the same. It's lumbago, old age. I'll take some paracetamol.
Leah, listen. Don't come if you don't feel up to it.
Just give me 5 minutes.
Leah, I can't afford to be late. Not today.
Julian?
Yeah. Let's talk outside.
What's this briefing counter?
There's running and gossip.
what do you suggest?
Well, meeting where the whole hospital can see us probably isn't a good idea.
Bring a packed lunch?
It's just being your consultant, you know, it's not easy.
Yeah, well, I'm still off duty. Hey, missed you.
Yeah, me too. It's just, I get the impression that, you know, there've been some remarks. And, oh, I don't know.
Look, Julian, I'm the one who should be paranoid.
Yes, of course.
And you know the most conspicuous thing you could do, don't you?
What?
Ignore me.
When will the results be through?
I decided not to take cells this time. After what I'm seeing, I'm calling you back for a cone biopsy instead.
But why? I thought the next step would be laser treatment.
The abnormal cells disappear right up the cervical canal. Laser can't cope with that.
That makes it more serious, doesn't it?
Not necessarily. With a cone biopsy, we should be able to take away all the dysplastic cells and find out exactly whether they're malignant or not. There's nothing to worry about.
I put off the first smear test for months. I was just so busy, and it had always been routine.
No point giving yourself grief over it. You'll need to come in overnight, general anaesthetic. The results will be back in a week.
Look, Juliet, what do you think? I mean, from what you've seen.
Just wait for the biopsy, Duffy. You know the score. Most cases are fine. If not, we'll talk about it then.
Oh, no. You know what I mean?
Know anything about the postwoman in the corridor?
Striped tights and Wellingtons.
Asleep in the trolley and not booked in.
Betty Mickle. She was here for 6 hours last night, sleeping.
She looks harmless enough.
Believe me, she's not. Betty! Betty! Come on, wake up!
That old bat up front wouldn't let me through, nurse.
Come on, get dressed.
I'm ill. I need some tests. I've got headaches. Terrible.
There's nothing wrong with you. Come on.
It might be meningitis.
It's more likely to be a hangover.
Come on. You know you can't stay here.
Ill in a cunt hospital and throw you down.
It's a bit tight, isn't it?
We're at a hotel, Max.
Sandra, look. I wasn't thinking straight.
Look, if all I had to worry about was my career.
Okay, I'm really sorry. Look, let's talk about it properly tonight, yeah? Look, tonight's still on, isn't it?
Let me go, please. Please, let me go. Excuse me. Please, please.
Dear.
Sam, where are your tablets? My husband. It's his angina.
Oh, come on. Can you tell me his name?
Sam. Sam Kelvin. He left his GTN at home.
Oh, okay, Sam. Well, we've got some GTN with us, so let's see if this will help you. All right?
He was late. He must have hurried.
Right. Just open your mouth for me. Stick your tongue right up and don't breathe in. All right? There you go.
God, please, try and keep nice and calm. Is he going to be all right?
Leah, the pain's never been this bad.
Ah. Kate was supposed to distribute these.
I feel so stupid, Charlie. I should know all about this.
What did you see?
Juliet Kennett.
What'd she tell you?
Everything. I'm messing.
Well, that's what you wanted, wasn't it?
I just wanted to be a patient this morning, Charlie. I wanted to say anything to make it easier.
Cone biopsy is a perfectly routine procedure, Duffy, you know.
It isn't the procedure I'm worried about, Charlie.
Look, you're bound to be feeling.
Yeah, I know. I'll pull myself together.
You'll be all right.
That's what we tell people all the time. Maybe that's the problem.
Now, who could these belong to?
Leave them alone, Matt.
Come and get them, Nancy boy. Hey, Mr. Anorak. You weren't using them, were you?
Oh, you idiot! You're in these squares!
Come on, Parker. Let's go get something to eat.
You're right, Ben. Look, you didn't have to worry about me. Look, you weren't in your tent most of the night. Worst thing you can do is get knackered. You know that.
Yeah, I was cold. I couldn't sleep. I just walked about a bit.
Look, if you're not well, tell the teacher.
No way. Look, Phil, changing school was a chance to start again. I'm fed up of being written off. I just want to be like everyone else. Is that so much to ask?
You can't, Ben.
I'm all right. I've seen to it. And Phil, you tell anyone.
This is Mr. Kelvin. He collapsed with angina. Giving him a couple of puffs of GTM. And this is his one.
Right, cubicle 3, Jane. Mrs. Kelvin, could you wait here?
I want to come with him.
Yeah, we'll call you just as soon as we've got the hospital more comfortable, okay?
I won't be long, Sam. I'll come back and see you, Leah, I promise.
Nuru. Hi, it's Jenny, A&D. Your delivery's arrived. Hang on, how many, Leah?
Jenny, I have told you.
That's 2 thin and crispy and 4... I'll have to check, bye.
Quite a double act. Do you do patients as well? I don't believe it. This is supposed to be an A&E, not a Pizza Express.
I'm sorry, Charlie. It started off as a favour. It seems to have escalated.
This department is slack enough through understaffing without you two turning it into a fast food depot. Get it stopped, okay? Something wrong?
Apart from being bawled out in front of a junior member of staff, do you mean? This has got nothing to do with me.
Come on, Norma.
I was just about to give her a piece of my mind.
Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I've said I'm sorry. What is it?
Nothing new.
To your mother.
This lunchtime, I watched her putting sugar on scrambled egg. Now, that would be funny, wouldn't it, if it was somebody else? But the worst thing was that I couldn't bear it, so I threw it out. She didn't seem to mind.
You need a break, Norma.
So does she, probably. From me.
How's it going? Well, I marked out the best cave and a section by the pool.
You must have started early. Did Matt help you?
Well, sort of.
He's meant to be working with you. My star student.
I wish it wasn't our last day.
I know. It's been good.
You taking a day off or what, Benno? Very cosy. Can we all have some, Charlene?
Get to work, Matt.
Yes, miss.
Better get started, Ben.
Yeah. Do you want to see these?
I'll look at them later.
Bessie, what are you still doing here?
hang on a minute. What's all this stuff? You feeding little gannet. Don't you touch it and leave that back. How could you, Bessie?
It's charity, isn't it? Or don't I qualify?
Come on, give it back.
Just let me go, please.
Give it back, then.
Having trouble?
No. Don't worry, she won't come back.
You can't afford to get so involved, Max.
Came here to be a nurse, not a bouncer.
It's just round here, I think. I think it's one of these. You stop. Just stop here. You hoot your horn. Hoot your bloody horn! Come on, Catherine. Where are you? Catherine!
Oh, my God.
How's the pain, Mr. Calvin?
It's been bad.
But it's better now?
You're the doctor.
Look, your ECG's normal, but we'll wait for the result of the blood tests, and I'd like you to go for an X-ray.
He doesn't mean to be rude.
Oh, no, sure not.
It's just he can't bear illness. It makes him aggressive. It's worry, really.
Well, that's not going to help his condition.
Has he had a heart attack?
No. No, in fact, if he'd taken his tablets, he wouldn't be here now.
So you think it might be something else?
No, I really don't. But I think we should wait for the result of the blood tests.
Please, whatever it is, could you tell me first? He won't be able to cope. Better if I tell him.
You can finish this. I'm going to cool off.
Oi, don't be stupid. We've got to sample that.
What's the matter, Benno? Frightened to come in without your wellies? Or are you out your depth already?
Look, shut your mouth, can't you?
You'd get Charlene into big trouble, you know that. She'd get the sack.
You're talking rubbish.
I've seen you look at her.
You're mad.
You're the one who's mad, aren't you, Benno?
Shut up, Max! Haven't you done enough?
He started it! He's got a real problem. Half the time he's on something anyway, haven't you noticed?
Don't be stupid.
Seriously. I seen him buying stuff down the club.
How did you find me?
You knew I would.
Adam, what is the matter with you? You're running a temperature.
Why aren't you dressed?
I was about to have a bath, and it's nothing to do with you.
Who lives here, then?
Friends.
Friends? I see.
No, you don't, actually. Look, you have no right.
You're my wife!
Not your property! I left you, remember? What are you doing here?
Sick!
You should have called the doctor. Why come to me?
Did you think you could make me feel sorry for you?
Leah? I was frightened. I really thought I was going to die.
We shouldn't be afraid of dying at our age.
When you had your stroke, I thought...
You thought I was going to die. You've never let me talk about it. What were you frightened I'd say? They fed me, told me, and said my name. But I needed you there, son. I wanted to die.
I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Ben! Where the hell are you going, Ben? Look at your lip. How did you do that? Did he have a knife?
Didn't he tell you?
What's the matter with you, Ben?
I'm okay.
You're not. You're shaking.
I'm just cold.
What else?
Well, what did he tell you?
Can't you talk to me, Ben?
I wanted to.
Come on, I'll help you. No, Ben, this is no good.
Why?
We have to get back.
Look, Charlotte, you know how I feel about you.
Stop it, Ben, please. Ben!
Please come and help me. I've got my husband in the car. He can't walk. Okay, Matt, can you get a wheelchair? What's the matter?
Well, I'm not sure. He collapsed. He's very weak. And his breathing is terrible.
What's your husband's name?
Adam McCarthy.
Hey, Adam, how are you doing? Adam, can you just swing your legs around for me and we'll get you into this chair? Take it nice and easy. How long have you been like this?
I'm not sure. Look, this is not my fault.
Nobody's saying it is, Mrs. McCarthy. I'm going to take him to cubicle 8 and you go and get Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
He's having an asthma attack.
It's all right, we'll sort it out.
Look, he always carries an inhaler.
You just leave it till we get into the cubicle. Excuse me.
You stupid bastard!
Right, Mr. Kelvin, you can get dressed.
Should he stay in bed?
Just take it easy for a bit, and don't forget your tablets.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have you got transport? Okay, we'll arrange it.
We were going to have the family round for tea.
Probably better not.
They always come on a Saturday.
Well, I suppose it'll be all right.
Sam.
I want to be with them.
Just make sure he doesn't get out of his armchair.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Just relax. Okay.
What are results?
BP's 135/85, temperature's 39.
Right. Well, we'd better get a salbutamol nebulizer, get a drip up. Right then, Adam, I'm going to send you along for an X-ray. I'm afraid there's little doubt that you've developed pneumonia. And that means stay in hospital a few days, I'm afraid.
Adam. Look, I'm going.
Catherine, please stay.
You'll be all right now.
Don't leave.
Miss McCarthy, please. Mrs. McCarthy, it's very important that your husband doesn't get upset. He's got a very serious condition known as the... Max, would you go and get a pillow for Mr. McCarthy, please? Sandra will be back in a minute. Thank you, Max. No, he must have been like this for days. Why didn't you call your GP out?
Ask him. I left him a week ago.
Listen, perhaps it would be better for you not to see him, not until his condition is improved.
Don't worry, I'm going anyway.
Right. I've just got this pillow for you. Just lean forward. Sorry. Listen, Adam, don't worry. Just try and breathe slowly.
Nurse.
No, you must put that back on.
Should tell you.
Don't try and talk.
Penicillin.
Penicillin.
Allergic.
Oh, right. Okay. Just put this back on. I'll go and tell you the nurse. Right. It'll be okay. Don't worry.
I'll go and tie them again. We're going to have that nice, quiet evening.
Well, let them come, Leah. The doctor said.
Won't you put me first for once?
Oh, Max, I'm sorry. Couldn't find a mask. How's he doing?
He's a bit calmer now.
Great. Duffy says, could you get that pharmacy order for as quick as you can?
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, listen, Sandra...
Max, just go and do it now. The pharmacy's about to close, okay? Okay, Adam, just lean forward for me.
Ben! 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 He's here! Ben? Ben? What's happened? What's the matter with him? I don't know! Phil? No. Go back and phone for an ambulance. Hurry!
Yeah, lobe pneumonia. Lower left lobe. His asthma seems to be a bit better. Right. Okay.
Holby casualty receiving, over. Holby casualty received, over.
Right, I'll just finish writing these drugs up.
Nurse, can I see Adam?
Mrs. McCarthy, your husband has pneumonia. It really would be better if he didn't have any further upsets.
He's done all this on purpose. Not phoning the doctor, not having his inhaler, cigarettes. He saw the cigarettes.
Yeah, Mrs. McCarthy, it's really not my
The
place
things
to
didn't
judge
always
the...
get back at me. Look, I have got to talk to him and have this out once and for all.
Let me see what I can do.
Why didn't you tell me you weren't well?
I'll be all right. Please call us a taxi, Sam. I just need to get home. Oh,
Leah, please.
Sam, I don't want to be messed around. Please, Sam, I just need my own bed. Please, Sam, do as I say.
I won't be a moment.
Sam, wait!
Leah!
Max, can you get that toy from over there? All right. Jenny, can you call Julian? Okay, it's all right. You're all right. That's it. You're going to be okay. Okay, here we go.
Okay, right, lift her gently.
Yeah. Okay. Nice and easy. If you can help us, that's it. That's it. Good girl. Max, can you help with the head? Yeah. Easy does it. Okay, good girl.
Right, let's get her into crash.
Sam!
I've got to go with her.
I'm sorry you can't.
Leah!
Thanks. Yeah.
This is Ben. He was found barely conscious by some friends.
Leanne was 9. She's had pinpoint pupil since we left the scene.
And looks like an opiate OD.
Where's Rob?
I'll give him a shoot.
You a relative?
I'm his teacher. We're on a field trip.
You know what he's taken?
No idea. He's fine now.
Do you mind waiting in the reception?
He's dropped 80 over 60, pulse 130, and she's only got a saturation of 80.
Aortic aneurysm, it must be leaking. Can you call the surgical SR? It's Ruth Suthers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Max, can you get this blood up to the labs, please?
Yeah. You can't sleep the surgical yourself.
Okay.
There's a saline flush as well, Rob.
Right.
Rob, leading crash.
Right. Sorry, Sandra. You're going to have to take over. And listen, whatever you do, don't let his wife back in. Any more aggro and we'll have his asthma back.
Hang on a minute, Rob. You know I'm not meant to do first dose IVs.
Come on, Sandra. What can I do? Look, you'll do it better than I will anyway.
Rob!
I'm only next door. Please. Come on.
Okay. Soon have you feeling a lot better.
I'm afraid she's not going to do very well. Can you get me 5 of down morphine, please, Duff? It'll certainly help her make her feel a bit more comfortable.
You want me to stop Ruth coming now?
Oh, yeah, save her a journey.
Oh, this guy's breathing doesn't look very good. What do you think? Naloxone?
Try him on 0.4. See how he goes.
We'll have to intubate if you're going for a stomach washout.
No, he's very flat, Ash.
Let's try the naloxone first. Okay.
I thought it was her husband who was ill.
Leaking aortic aneurysm. Frankly, I'm surprised no one noticed.
Yes, hello, this is Annie Resus. Can you cancel? Don't worry, I've just seen her. Thank you.
Ah, I'm sorry, we tried to call you. She's going off fast. BP 60 over 40. Given a diamorphine.
Absent left pulse. Let's not be so hasty, Julian.
Oh, come off it, Ruth. It's hopeless. She's 72. She's had a stroke. She's a bad anaesthetic risk. She'll die on the table.
She's got a pulsatile mass. I've seen worse. What have we got to lose?
All right.
Fast fleet the first on anaesthetist, Duffy.
Okay.
If you can keep her going, Julian, I'll tell theatre we're on our way up.
Hello, Annie Resus. Can you fast speak the first on anaesthetist? Thank you.
Right, let's get some fluid into her, Duffy. Ozzy can put a central line in the theatre. We also need to reverse the diamorphine.
Here you go. There's 0.8 naloxone.
How much blood did you order?
8.
Hi, it's Ruth. I've got an aortic aneurysm in crash. I'll be up in 5 minutes. Right.
No, his breathing's going off. Let's try him on 0.8, Charlie.
Okay, I'll go and scrub up. The emergency theatre's getting ready. Can you move her up there?
Okay, where's the anaesthetist?
I can't feel an output. She's in VF.
Right, okay. Shocker, Duffy, yep. 200 joules.
Okay, stand back.
And again at 360.
Okay, stand back. Sam? Sam, you can't go in there!
No! Stop! She doesn't want any of this.
She's in the best possible
Leah, I'm sorry. Leah?
No, I think we should stop this. We're not doing her any favours.
Worth a try, though?
Hmm. Well, that's something.
Julian, his saturation's dropping.
Well, how much naloxone have you given him?
1.2 altogether.
Okay, better play safe. Can you intubate? Yeah, sure. And can you set up an infusion of naloxone, please?
Help. Come quickly, it's Adam.
Listen, McCarthy, what's wrong?
Well, he's been sick. I think he's collapsed. I think there's something terribly wrong.
Max, could you take Mrs. McCarthy to reception for me? And then get Mr. Chapman, okay?
Oh, good. He's making some effort on his own. That's more like it. Right.
Mrs. Chapman, sorry. Someone just said, can you call Mr. Really urgent? A patient's just collapsed.
What's the matter with everyone today?
Hang on, Ben, you're going to need that.
It's not suicide.
What did you take, Ben?
Pivotine.
Tablets?
All right, let's do that washout.
All right.
It's not suicide. I'm a sickler. Sickle cell.
What the hell's happened here?
Pneumonia complicated by asthma. He was doing all right. He just had his antibiotics. Benzopenicillin, 1.2 grams.
Anaphylactic shock. Right, let's get some saline into him. Can you get me some adrenaline, Piriton, and hydrocortisone, please?
Just move him to crash.
No, his rate's stable enough. I'll get another line up. Oh, who wrote up the antibiotics? Was it the medical reg?
No, Rob.
She wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for me.
Are there any relatives that I could call?
The doctor says she'll have to have a post-mortem. That's terrible. They shouldn't touch her.
Would the rabbi be of help?
She mustn't be left alone. I've got to sit with her.
It's all right, Sam. There's a special room. We'll help you sort things out.
Why didn't you let me see her?
Sam,
She was calling for me. Doesn't that count for anything? Did you see what they did to her?
Sam, they did everything that they possibly could.
They should have left her alone.
They had to try and save her.
And did they?
She went quickly. Some people go on for years, you know. Helpless, sad. They die slowly. Be glad she was spared that.
His blood pressure's improving. 100/70.
Nothing indicated in Rob's notes. Were you here when he gave the injections?
Well, he was about to, and then he was called away to that emergency that came into crash.
Yes?
Well, he was called away, so he told me to do it.
Hmm.
Look, Julian, I just took over what Rob was already doing.
Sandra. Sandra, you did the care plan.
Yeah?
This says that the patient said he was allergic to penicillin.
Oh, he didn't say that to me. Oh, that's not my writing.
It looks as though it's been added. But it hasn't been initialed. This is pretty serious.
Well, what are you saying? Don't you believe me?
Sandra, I think you better go and reassure Mrs. McCarthy. As soon as we've got him stabilised, we better get this sorted out.
Yeah, okay.
What's happened? Is he going to be all right? Mrs. McCarthy, why didn't you just tell me that your husband was allergic to penicillin?
I wasn't there. What about my pain relief? Please, the pain will break through again.
Well, the medical registrar will deal with that for you on the ward, Ben.
Yeah, but that might take hours. You could start me on it here.
Listen, Ben, you've nearly killed yourself on pethidine. Now, I'll stop the naloxone if the pain gets too bad, all right?
Then what? You've no idea of the pain.
Look, I know it's bad.
How could you? It paralyzes you. You try and stop breathing. All you want is for it to stop. You'd do anything.
You could use diclofenac if necessary.
He's just panicking.
Look, he's a sickler. He knows the disease. The pain gets severe very quickly. I've seen it happen. It's the fear of the pain which drove him to this.
And it's indiscriminate prescribing that gets kids like him hooked.
We don't know all the answers.
Max, is this your handwriting?
Yeah.
So why didn't you tell someone?
Well, I couldn't. Well, Adam was really bad and I was by myself, so I couldn't just leave him. So I thought I'd better write it down before I forgot.
Yes, Max, that was good. But you know you must have
But
always...
I couldn't. As soon as Sandra came back, she sent me off to do something else.
What?
The pharmacy order. And then she came back again, and then that emergency came in, so I had to look after that boy's teacher. And then Adam's wife kept on coming up to me, asking me all this stuff that I didn't know what to say. I mean, I didn't realise it was so important.
All right, Max, calm down.
He nearly died, didn't he?
You did all right, Max.
Catherine, you know what happened.
Yes, the sister explained it to me.
I told that nurse. Bloody negligence. You phoned my solicitor. I'm going to have them for this.
But it was a genuine mistake,
Just ring him
Adam.
and tell him exactly what happened.
No. You're not to do this. I said no. I'm not frightened anymore.
Just do as I say.
Not this time, Adam. It's over. And I'm not going to spend my life running away. What you've tried to do is pathetic, and don't you ever try again. I'm warning you.
I'm going to get them, Kath. I'm going to get you, too.
I wrote those notes myself. How was I supposed to know that something had been added?
I sympathise, but the fact remains that you shouldn't have given that injection. We have rules to protect the patients and ourselves.
Charlie, the guy's okay.
That's not the point. He's threatening action.
My God. It's all right we run ourselves ragged until something goes wrong. And then who gets it in the neck? Oh, not the junior doctor, that's for sure.
I'll need your report written up for tomorrow.
You wouldn't be covering your own back by any chance, would you, Charlie?
I forget you said that.
You're going a little bit over the top on this one, Charlie.
May I suggest that you put your own house in order, Julian, before you pass judgment on mine?
Didn't think you'd come.
I've been here all the time.
Look, I'm sorry. I couldn't have come on the trip without those tablets. Wouldn't have felt safe.
You didn't mean to do it, did you, Ben?
Is that what you came to find out?
Why didn't you tell me?
We were going to talk, remember? And now we won't. You've only come because you feel guilty.
That's not true.
You feel the same way as me. I know you do.
You don't know, Ben.
I've made it easy for you.
Please.
I can pass this on to my kids, Charlie. You won't give it a chance now, will you?
Stop this.
Yeah. When you're young, people accept it. Now, who wants it?
Do you ever give anyone a chance to find out?
Look where it's got me.
This isn't about you being ill.
I don't want your sympathy.
It's nothing to do with that. There are other things to think about. I'm your teacher. I try to stop it meaning anything. It's not your illness I'm frightened of, Ben.
If you felt the same way as me, you wouldn't be able to stop it.
No. I know.
Are you all right with this?
I don't believe this is happening.
Come on, leave this to us, Sandra. Go on, get on with your report.
Duffy, you don't think Charlie's got it in for me?
No, of course not.
I mean, you're behind me, aren't you?
You know I am.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same situation.
No, I wouldn't have done it. But that doesn't mean I don't understand.
Now you really find out who your friends are.
Sandra, it's not about that.
Could I have a word with you, Mr. Freddy?
Yes. Please, come in.
I've come to tell you that my husband won't be taking action against the hospital.
Well, we have to conduct our own investigation. But thanks for your concern.
I told him it would have been wrong.
Do you mind my asking? What was it that changed his mind?
I told him if he took legal action, I'd take action against him. It's been going on a long time. I'm sorry, I had to show you in case I needed your help.
It'll be all right, Sandra.
I'm not so sure.
Look, your attitude will count for a lot. You just have to try not to be emotional.
Yeah. Thanks, Martin.
Sandra, I've been looking for you. Look, I'm sorry. I mean, it's really bad luck.
Bad luck. Do you realise that my reputation's on the line here?
Well, what else can I say?
Well, how about you'll stand by me? Or is that too risky?
We've only been walking around Badoa for a few minutes, and already what we've seen defies description.
It's a tragic situation. It seems to be that there are as many adults dying of starvation as in children, and I understood that it was just the most vulnerable young children.
Well, someone has to come out here to try and give a little hand. These kids shouldn't be like this situation in 1992.
I don't think you have to be some saint-like creature to be able to work in a third world country.
That's Spotlight in Somalia, a special showing this Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on BBC Two.
Now on BBC One, the news and sport with Martin Lewis.
Europe's main negotiator in the world trade talks says he is optimistic a deal can be struck. His boss, Jacques Delors, blames the Americans for the breakdown in the talks, saying it wasn't my fault. British troops in Bosnia shoot back for the first time. Their commander says it probably saved their lives. Good evening. The chief EC negotiator in the GATT trade talks, Frans Andriessen, says he's optimistic a deal can be struck before a transatlantic trade war breaks out. There are 28